Evening, guys. I see you guys are waiting for me already, and I'm a minute or two late. Apologies. Things happened really fast, so I'm still setting up here. So welcome, and this is a bit unexpected, but anyway, good news and good news. So I've got the latest beta of Zibo now. It's RC3.5e for Echo. And Zibo has tuned the autopilot and the flight director and stuff like that. So I'll put the changelog in the description as well as I'll pin it here somewhere in the chat. And then he wants me to test it. And if it tests successfully, if he's happy, then he'll release version 3.5 publicly. So let's do this. Change log. All right. Let's see if I can pin this thing. Pin the message. There you go. Right. MMOX. Okay. Can't say I've ever been at this airport, but anyhow. Yeah, let's go there. Yeah. Why not? So, let's see what happens. While that thing's firing up, I'm getting all the other add-ons and stuff ready. Pardon my voice. It seems to be going up and down. I'm not feeling bad. I'm just still suffering a little bit from the cold. Seems the voice is keeping score. Right, so test model. Let's see if I update it correctly. 5E. There you go, Zibo. All these basic stuff out of the way quickly.
Ground to cockpit. Plan acknowledge. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
Ground handling widgets. Alright, start that flight. Not connect to iCars. Make sure you install this up to date. Okay, hang on. Save. Back. DDN. There we go. Right. See, we've got an update for STKP, so I just need to pull that in as well. Hello, Neil. Test flight, yeah. And because you're late, I'm going to repeat myself. Zibo said if this test flight is cool and okay, and he's happy, he'll release 3.5. So then you guys will probably get it later this evening. Hopefully. Right, so the big test for me is the takeoff. During the initial discussion, I showed Zibo there's a problem with the SID. It was logged on the forum, so the SID kind of looked really wonky here. And so we're going to test it. That's going to be the most obvious thing. The rest is all going to be based upon what Zibo sees in terms of the flight model and stuff. So the autopilot has been tuned, the flight director has been tuned, level change, VNAV speed has been tuned, and then obviously the FD leg as well. I don't know what FD leg stands for. I'm too tired to go search for it. Usually I search before the time, so I know. But anyway, he knows. So yeah, those are all things that he's probably going to keep an eye on. Let me actually just send him a message quickly. Okay. He might be here already. Right. Yeah, it happened very quickly. That's why I'm not really ready and why you're looking at a stationary picture, because I'm busy setting up like crazy in the background here and making sure everything works and so on and so forth. So just bear with me, gents. Just want to refresh the weather, also make sure we really get active sky weather in here. Okay. Okay, Zibo says he's on his way. Always nice. I beg your pardon to have the boss watching over my shoulder. Right, so let's get some life into this baby. Hello, Paul. We're going to 350 and let's see, SDKP start up quickly. This plan in here. For the guys joining late, please excuse my voice. It comes and goes. Gents, while we're on the subject, I see I had to now change my connection to the VA website, so I'm just going to flash that on the screen for you guys quickly. The guys flying on the VA, if you find the same problem, it did not want to connect. It kept on giving me an error. And we've worked on the system behind the scenes a little bit. So in case the crew.skymatixva.com doesn't work, just delete the crew dot in the beginning over there, please. So we're back on the normal URL, please, guys. Just remember that. How's it, Max? I'll have a read now. Hope that works. Max, I'm not sure which version you have, but I think that's one of the issues that was addressed in this version that I'm testing now. So if this flight works, then it will work for you. So we'll just take it as is for the test flight, and then afterwards, if Zibo releases 3.5, if he's happy with this test flight, then go download that, test it, come back to us. But go put it on, version 4 is broken. You can't use version 4. Long time. In Zibo terms, that's ancient. That's long ago, when we were young. Currently, we're on, I'll show you. We're on version 4, but we're on RC3.5. So, that's a heck of a lot of updates that you're missing. You need to fix that. So, again, coming back to my story that I interrupted myself. Once this stream is done, and if Zibo is happy and he releases 3.5, please go and download that. You have to go to one of our Google Drives, either my Google Drive or Zibo's Google Drive, or you need to download it via the torrents. Let's see quickly. I know there's a command, but I can't remember these things offhand. Let's just see here quickly what these commands were in here. If you... I'll show you. Hold on. I'm just going to copy this thing. Damn, it's so difficult to copy. Copy. Cancel. Paste. Let's see. Right, so... Okay, track from fixed to DME. Thank you, Paul. Appreciate that. No, it has no bearing on it. Zibo does not use active sky, Scotsman. Zibo uses the default weather. Even Twixter, when they set this aircraft up, they use the default weather. Right, so there you go. There should be a link that you can follow to go grab your Zibo mod, bookmark it. Otherwise just search Zibo download or something like that. You were correct, went out of beta and no crashes at all. Excellent, gamer. Good one. Right, okay. Let's continue. I'm a bit worried. Let me just start my cars again. I just realized I looked at it and it didn't dawn on me, and all of a sudden it hits me between the eyes. My API key is missing. No, we don't want that. So, start it again. Oh gosh. Yeah, now it's filled in. It's correct. Right. Start flight. Alrighty, we're almost there, guys. Need to just get all the data, and I was still busy this side. Landing altitude. There we go. Good. So now we can start setting up from this angle. OFB. I'm not going to do that, Paul, specifically. I'm just mentioning your name there because you asked the last time. I'm not going to mess with that because it's a test flight. I just want to leave it standard. We'll worry about that when we fly on our own again. Fuel 7.5.
Ground flight deck hose is connected and starting refueling.
Yeah, the chances of GHD, if it's up to date, crashing it is 0. Ground Handling Deluxe does not crash it. Okay, so it's more than likely that Ground Handling Deluxe needs an update. So whoever it is needs to go to the Jar Design forum and get the latest version for XP12. That's as easy as that. That's as easy as that. I haven't seen that error in a while, but it was quite exhausting in the beginning of XP12. Lots of guys. I think most people just don't understand how jar design works, and that unfortunately was part of the demise of their good name. And people started making fun of them, not knowing that they're actually the dummies that just don't know how jar design work. And instead of finding out and going to the forum and updating, it's just easier to call their products rubbish, but they don't load any updates, you know. So it's pity how the cookie crumbled. Right, okay. And the one thing I never updated in my beta test model is obviously my air rack, and now I remember it. Hello, Rob. Welcome, welcome. Let's see. So we are going to do a VOR DME approach. We'll check if we have Ian available, then we'll probably use that. Make ourselves a nice, comfortable ILS Cat1 approach. Otherwise, we'll just LNAV in there. 116. Ooh, that was close. 11620. Right, and that's obviously just for the show. We're not riding on that beam. Righto. So we can keep that one, get rid of that one. Okay. I thought it was someone else using it. Scotsman, I didn't know it was you. Sorry, I must have misread that, misunderstood. But if you are sure it's the latest one, then check your scenery or stuff in that area. It could be a scenery issue then, because I think in essence Ground Handling Deluxe will interact with scenery as well. So I don't know, could be. Alright, MMOX. I completely forgot to change that other file name. Give me a second, guys. Beta. Just need to download the some brief stuff. That copy, yeah. I'm just on 2, but yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I would have been lost if I only had 1 copy. So, flight plans, here we go. Try again. Copy. Paste. Copy. Beta. And paste. Overwrite. MMOX and MMCP. We try again. I hope it's taken it. We'll see. 1, 2, check it. One way to check it. Yes. Yes, yes,
Ground
yes,
flight deck,
yes.
fuel is all loaded up and you are good to go.
Right, so that's our route. We can quickly check 3 Alpha 01 VDME 16. Should be that first one, right? Yeah, there we go. And we're going to use the CPE transition because we need the teardrop. So we're going to hit the VOR, bug out, turn around, come back, and execute. Let's get the QNH here anyway while we are here. Three, 0, 2, 3. Yep. There you go, Zibo, it's fixed. This one is fixed. Now we've got the actual departure. Where's my screenshots? Let's go find the screenshot. Let me just show you what it did look like, what Zibo actually fixed. Right, so display capture. There you go. This is what it looked like before the fix. Right, so this was reported on the forum and I think I caught Zibo just in time and he quickly fixed that. Hallo Kies, welkom. Gaan goed, dankie. I had a bit of a cold over the last couple of days, but it's my sinus and my voice that just sounds bad. I don't feel any bad at all at this point in time. But my voice kind of comes and goes, so just live with it. Right, so that is how it was, and that is now how it is. Obviously, I'm not on the runway, so but you can see there's no more figure 8 over there. So thank you, Zibo. Right. There you can see also no figure 8. There's our turn. Now the aircraft must just fly it. So let's put it this way, the drawing is fixed. We'll have to fly it to make sure that it is actually flying correctly. There's our teardrop, happiness is, and we can go. So that's one fix down. The other stuff, like I said in the beginning of the video when a few of you guys were not here yet, just as an introduction, I don't think many of us will see the difference. It's stuff that Zibo is obviously watching in the background. He is here, by the way, in the background watching. So he'll pick up on stuff that he needs to, and I'm just going to enjoy the flight. Right, so as you can see, the changelog is pinned at the top there. Just to give you guys a heads up. Right, and for the guys joining late, Zibo did say if this goes well, he'll release the version 3.5 for you guys as well. Right, so let's finish this job. I'm into that, yes.
Captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. We do ask that all passengers take your seat at this time and please fasten your seatbelt. Just as a reminder, we cannot leave the gate until all and items
Ground to
properly
cockpit.
put away.
Doors driving up.
Are closed and all passengers are seated. Flight attendants prepare for departure, cross-check and all call, thank you.
Alright, we've got everyone strapped in. Give us a ring if you need.
Hello, Alex. Right.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect. So connected and bypass being inserted, release parking brake.
Oh no, we've gone up
Starting
to
pushback, engine area is clear, you may start engines.
we've had one or two instances where we've gone and we actually joked about almost running out of alphabetical letters. I promise you, E is nothing compared to some of the range of the fixes we get in the background here. I can't remember, Paul might remember now, but I can't remember which one exactly it was. Oh my goodness, I swear we almost ran out of alphabetical letters. It came close, not, you know, not to the very end, but I mean, it just went on and on and on and on, you know. Happens sometimes. Yeah, it was something like that. Just climbing. We were testing and testing. I think it was when we did the update to the FMC, hey Paul? It was all the work we did in the FMC. That's when it just went crazy. That was the worst ever.
Operation complete, set parking brake. Disconnecting to standby.
I tell you. Yeah, absolutely. Difficult to keep track of it all. There's just too much.
disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hams in along the left. See you next time. Buen vuelo.
Thank you, Mr. Pushback Truck Guy. Before I go anywhere, I just need to make sure. Yeah, that's right. Make sure I calibrate this thing. The last thing I want is broken ailerons at the end again. Right. Let's go. The scenery and the charts do not look the same, eh? Right, for the testing purposes, I'm going to switch the weather radar off because I want to see the magenta line and the way the aircraft flies it. No point in blocking that from view. Okay, we're going to backtrack a little bit.
1. On runway 19, 2,700 feet remaining.
Oh, I don't know. I have not seen it in one of the previous versions. It was like 3-4 versions ago I had it once or twice, but not lately, and I haven't flown this version yet because Zibo literally gave it to me like, what, 7:34, just over an hour ago. So I haven't been able to test this one yet.
On runway 01.
Right, flaps. We've got flaps RTO Seatbelt signs. Right, lights, camera, action. Toga.
D1, rotate.
Feet remaining.
Positive rate.
That was a short runway. So glad I didn't derate it any further.
400.
Come on, Day. I'll nav selected. Let's see. So Paul, it's difficult to say, but it didn't feel or look like the wheel lifted there. I mean, the runway's a bit uneven, so it went up and down, you know, on the nose, but I don't think that was lift as such. I don't know, I'll have to test more. Do a replay or something.
I'm back.
Hello, back.
What's up?
Yeah, I'm testing the Zibo, sir. I'm sitting mesmerized looking at that line and I don't even switch off my wipers.
Are you on YouTube?
Yes, we're live.
Let me check. Here we go, I'm watching. Open the window.
No, can't.
Nico, it is time to go for me because I'm going to get up early tomorrow.
Okay, okay.
I wish a wonderful night. Get well soon again.
Yeah, thank you, Hakan Sleeper.
Thank you so much. Sweet dreams. Bye.
Bye. Hello, Kies. No problem. Hello, George. Yes, sir. This is kind of like the end of the first test. We needed to test the departure at this airport and the way that the Zibo mod draws the magenta line and flies the magenta line. So we're almost out of this test, and then the rest is all autopilot stuff that Zibo has fixed up. And that's the end of the test once we go over that VOR. So it means that this departure is working. Now, there. Yeah, I can hear something. As Zibo would say, as long as you like it, as long as you enjoy it. He's watching, by the way, in the background. You know, he doesn't usually talk on stream and stuff, but he's watching. Just for a little bit of situational awareness, I suppose. George, no, because I don't use live weather, I use active sky in the betas. I mean, explain betas, and I use Xenvaro in the full release of explain. So I don't get crashes from weather, eh? I had crashes from my scenery. So I removed all the sceneries. I went back to an absolute, almost virgin, clean Explain 12, and now I don't have crashes anymore. So it looks weird without the autos, and it looks weird without scenery, but is what it is. Hopefully they fix it in the next update of Explain. George, man, you're gonna kick yourself if you hear this story. They had a cutoff date with Active Sky, and they had a specific beta test version that you had to be on, and that activated your free copy for XP12. So I'm sorry, mate, it sounds like you just missed it somewhere, somehow, but we were all sitting here updating and making sure we were on the right version, and then it came up and it actually said we are now registered for XP12, and we just continued for free, eh?
Yeah, that was a very weird construction that they used.
Yes, and they're not the only ones. I know quite a couple of other people that have done the same, developers, where they give cut-off dates, and up to there it was free, and then thereafter you had to pay again, and whatever. Seemed all of a sudden to be like the in thing amongst these guys.
Yeah, I think I'm not too fond of it.
No. Yeah.
I mean, everyone has paid for it, so yeah, if you give it for free to one set of customers, then why not to the others? But, well.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
But what are you testing this flight, Nico?
We're testing the autopilot. Zibo made changes to the autopilot, the flight director level change, VNAV speed, and also then the fix to the DME leg in the autopilot. So, and then the first test that we did was the departure, the SID. We needed to test that SID works, because I actually showed it on the stream earlier, so you can rewind later. It had like a figure 8, and the aircraft didn't want to fly it apparently, so I showed Zibo what it looked like, and I've just flown it. It's fixed now, so I'm happy.
All right, I will rewind once you finished.
100%. Right, then quickly back to the VA, the Skymatix VA for the VA pilots. Please read the NOTAMs. I've just published new NOTAMs explaining the situation about the ACARs, that you might have to change your URL. Just take note of that. It's in the VA. Yeah, sorry George, man. Yes, what can I say? It's a bummer. I think the thing that sets us kind of a little bit apart is because we're all beta testers, in the inner core here, So we have got a feeling for things like that, and we keep our eyes on things like that. Whereas in a normal user's defense, you don't necessarily go to the website every day of each program that you're using to check them, And again, we've got the team here. So, I mean, McTrying, I think, was the one that kept his eye on Active Sky, for instance, and he would say that I had my eye on something else. The next guy had another thing, and then you just talk among each other. I think that's also one of the reasons why Discord is so important, the interaction with the other users. You guys mustn't be shy to come and chat with us, even if it's just to say hi. Lots of guys come and sit here, they mute their mics because they don't feel comfortable talking yet, and then after a while they start talking. And so just ease yourself in here. I mean, it's free, nobody's stopping you, and you'll be surprised if you come and sit and listen what we chat about in the day. I promise you, it's mind-blowing sometimes. All the flight sim stuff, and it's not just explain. We talk 2020 as well, sometimes P3D and whatever. It's our hobby, so we like to share it. George, that's why we've got mercy and grace, and all this other love and things in the air, just come, sit and chat. You see, I've threatened to do tutorial videos for freaking, I think I said to Uncle John the other day, 4 years, and every time I start, something happens. I had to delete a lot of my videos the other day because they all explain 11 related, you know, and I was looking at it and I was thinking, you know, it's redundant. It's no use publishing them now, so I'm having to start over and all, but one day I'll get there, you know, but in the interim, you know, if you want to know something, come ask, come talk, you know. Umar, I'm busy testing the autopilot, so let us get into cruise, and then we'll have a look around a little bit. We're almost there. We just climbed to 350. Yeah, gamer. Yeah, we're all on the side, feel the same, man. Welcome, George. Right, well, I think that was a lovely, steady climb. I really enjoyed that. Hello, Steve. Welcome. That's not bad visuals. It's actually very good looking.
So this is active sky for the weather, Nico, or is it just the default X-plane?
No, it's active sky. I don't have a love or a great appreciation for the internal built-in weather. It's a long history, you know, and I grew up with active sky, so it's my preferred engine when I use the betas, and when I'm off the betas on a released version of X-Plane, then I use X-Enviro.
All right, I did a couple of flights with the built-in weather system for X-Plane the other day, and was actually pretty spot on with the real world matters, so it wasn't too bad.
Nope. So the built-in weather has got its good days and its bad days. And one of the big problems I have with it is because sometimes it runs very late. And then, especially when you fly online, it's a problem.
Okay.
Other than that, you know, it's just weather. If you don't have a technical requirement for it to be more spot on in terms of the timing, it's really great. But active sky is just, it's more spot on with time. So Zibo, I hope you are happy with the weather, and I mean it is raining, and I mean you can see it's raining. It's not very well depicted. You have to see the rain at the right angle. You can see it goes past there. So we're in a bit of a storm. It's not like it's red or something, but you can clearly see on the scope we've got weather. See? So the autopilot is behaving rather nicely, I must be honest. That's him, yeah, I'm sure that's Shurt, yes. Only one guy with that voice. You know how
Yeah,
unique it is, eh?
That's right, Alex. That's me.
Okay, yes, stay well. Bye-bye. Yeah, I've noticed that as well. Oh my goodness, I did a test flight the other day and it literally went from right in front to right at the back, and it's like 14, 15, 16 knots, you know, and the aircraft really tried its best to handle it, but it was losing the glide slope there at one point in time because it's crazy, it's just stupid. I mean, the wind does not change like that, eh? Oh yes, I forgot dot. Go. Ouch. Let's see. Oh, it's hot. 35 degrees. Shirt.
Oh, nice, Alex. There is a very nice plugin called X-Roads, and that will delete all the B roads from X-Plane when you have ortho tiles installed. That's really nice. You will only have like the highways as the X-Plane autogen roads, and all the others will just be the roads from the ortho tiles. It looks much more realistic if you use that one, Alex.
Check how that weather changes. And the rain's back. Goodness gracious. Shirt.
Yeah.
That video you're talking about, did you put it here in the Discord?
No, not in the Skymatix Discord. I don't think so. Can I put it somewhere?
Yeah, I'm just thinking, if somebody wants to have a look, maybe, let me see, where we go with it. Yeah, put it in general chat or something at the bottom. No? Off topic, because it's not our aircraft, so just put it somewhere at the bottom, general chat somewhere.
Yeah, roger.
Tag me in it and then you should be fine.
Yeah. All right.
You'll be surprised, Alex. You'll be surprised. We've spoken about some of these people. Some people are very, very finicky. There's top of descent, guys. We're getting closer. Fortunately, it's a Boeing.
It's in the chat, Nico.
Up, guys.
Hello. Thanks, Shirt.
How's it going, Nico?
All good in you?
Yeah, pretty good. Everything's been well.
Excellent. Yeah, I'm just testing the Zibo quickly. Hopefully we get a release after this flight.
Which release and what changes?
RC3.5 and the change locks in the stream. It's pinned at the top, but it's basically autopilot fixes, and there was a drawing problem on the ND for a SID with a specific takeoff pattern.
Okay.
Why not, Alex? Why not?
We're very modest guys, Alex. We should be all right. To refill my glass anyway. I'll be right back.
Okay. So once the descent starts, that's obviously, another phase now that we have to just check speeds and attitudes and all kinds of things with this autopilot. So I'm sorry, I'm not showing you too much on the outside, but that's not what the flight is about. Zibo needs to see what he needs to see.
Makes sense.
Yep. Alex hasn't said that he's left. The whole point of the flight is for him to see. So I can't guarantee he sits there 24/7 in front of the flight, but he's obviously got an eye on it, and might have a nice drink or a coffee or something, enjoying it. Who knows? I don't know. I wish I could see him. Zibo, I wish I could sit there next to you. That would have been fun. Can you imagine that?
Is he in the chat right now, the Zibo guy?
Yeah, Zibo's watching the video, yeah.
Oh wow, is that the guy that was just getting a cup of coffee?
That shirt. No, he's not in Discord. He's Zibo will not join the chat as such on a regular basis. I mean, he's popped in here, and it's been quite interesting, to watch how he interacts then with the people. But it's not his favorite thing, and he doesn't do it often. See, he's there. He's watching. Thank you, Zibo. No, he says he's watching.
He can definitely hear us. Okay.
Yeah, he can hear us. Yes.
Well, in that case, thank you for all the hard work, Zibo. We really enjoy the product.
Yes. Yep. Especially from the American side here. Over on the West Coast, we love it. So keep up the good work.
Thanks, Alex, as well, for your message there. And Gamer. Yeah, guys, look. I don't know where I would have been without Zibo, man. Promise you.
All I can say is I have a lot of payware add-ons, and I do most of my flights with the Zibo mod, so I think that's the biggest compliment you can get.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely beats $100 add-ons for sure. So that's a plus. That's a really good thing.
Thanks, George.
And who's the other guy in the chat? Just curiosity. Never met him before.
Sure. Oh, he's a very keen follower of the Zibo project.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Do you fly at all?
Sorry?
Do you have any real-world time?
No, on gliders like 20 years ago, but nothing recent.
Oh, dude, that's awesome. Did you fly like the, what type of gliders did you fly?
We had old ones. We had ASK 13s that were the trainers. We had Junior, LS4. And when I left, they bought I thought it was a twin.
Oh, very nice. Yeah. That's, yeah. I eventually want to do my glider add-on for my commercial eventually.
It's a really cool experience. If you've never done it, I can only recommend it.
Oh yeah. It's a good skill to have, especially energy management. It works in any phase of flying. It's pretty nice.
Thanks,
Yeah,
George.
definitely.
Yeah, sorry, guys. Thanks, George. We're getting closer.
Where's the start? Where are you flying to and from here?
Let me open it so I can read it. I will not try and say it just out of memory. Oxo Cotlan International, that's MMOX, and we're going to Alberto Acuna Ongay International, something like that, MMCP.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Something like Campeche, Mexico, it says.
Yeah.
Yeah, are you flying in South America? Or
It's Central
America?
Central America.
Okay, yeah, M is that KO code down there, so I figured. Okay.
Gotcha, Alex. There we go. I think if you don't manage it correctly, Paul, you're correct. Yes, it's going to leave you a bit high. But I tend to not let it run away from me. So, I mean, habits die hard. I'm going to pull the speed lever when I have to, and I'm going to do what I need to do, just stay on the path. So we'll see. Thank you, Thunder. -35°C at this airport where we're going to land. It's hot. Now, the one thing I've been thinking about the other day is obviously in the new VA, there's no record apart from the actual award I got for this high altitude challenge tour that I did here in South America. And I think now knowing more, having a Zibo mod that can actually simulate the hot and high conditions and stuff like that, I think that'll make a nice series of videos if we fly the Zibo in those conditions when you got the density altitude of 14,000 feet at your airport. Have you guys tried it?
Not that high.
Yeah, you must try it. You must check this high altitude challenge that we put together. That was why Zibo put that secondary, different high altitude pressurization system into the Zibo mod to facilitate that. Yeah, that's really cool. You go spawn at the airport and the flipping doors don't open because you're not equalized. It thinks you're high. It's no doors. Then you've got to wait, be equalized. And yeah, it's nice. It's different way of flying, different way of thinking. And if you don't do your energy management there, you just go off the cliff. Goodbye.
I mean, it really matters too. I mean, for most airplanes, especially the ones I used to fix, when you land, there is a wheel-on-wheel switch that would prevent the system from A, pressurizing on the ground, and B, it would depressurize if there was any positive pressure in the cabin upon landing.
Yeah. So now in the Zibo mod, did I activate it? Yeah, yes, there. See, you have to click that button to activate the high altitude landing. It basically switches you into a different pressurization system. And you just have to use it. We actually tested it in India as well. I can't remember that airport, but it was a crazy bloody airport to go land at. And you have to use things like that, otherwise you come second there.
Or you could just do what probably some other people do, where you just land and then swap it over to manual and then slowly open up the outflow valve and let it slowly depressurize.
Okay, but we've got a Zibo.
I'm just saying, there's more than one ways to skin a cat.
Of course. When I started that tour, I didn't know Zibo was watching. I did a couple of streams on it, and the next moment he said to me, "Come test this thing," and he showed where my toes were curling from delight when he gave us that facility, and I could finish the tour then, using that. It was so nice. Leh, yes, Leh, that's the airport. Oh, absolutely beautiful, stunning. Those I think it's part of the Himalayas. I mean, that mountain, it is stunning going in there. But the instruments only take you to a point, and then you need to go turn around in the valley and come visually back and land at that. And it's a sloped runway going uphill when you land there. It's crazy. Yeah. But fun.
Yeah, there's some cool stuff out there. It's also fun landing at those airports that literally have no missed approach. Like, once you get below a certain altitude, you're committed.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Like Lukla. You don't stop there, you're into the mountain. Or Paro. Even, there are instances there, if you too heavy or something, you're not going to climb out those mountains. And if you don't have enough space to turn around, make the proper turn at the right time, it's mountain time.
Oh yeah.
Correct, George. Yeah, I also did it in the old VA. So we've all got the badges and all, but it's time to go do it again. I remember the first time Zibo brought the effect of density altitude into the mod. We took a couple of guys, Jorge was still with us, the real pilot. We took them into some high altitude mountain place there in South America, and I think from the 5 guys that flew that day, 3 of them ended off the runway on the other side. I think it was basically, or maybe we were 6 guys and it was like 3 did it and 3 didn't do it. But I mean, a couple of them just went off the runway. There's no lift. You just get nowhere. You know, it's interesting. That air is so thin. The guys quickly picked up on that. So no, we need to think a bit more. Then we went to Sweden or Norway somewhere. And it was like minus 15 or something. To go check out the opposite, and then I mean we took off on such a short runway. I think it was like 1,200 meters kind of a runway, and it was comfortable to take off because that air is so thick. It was absolutely marvelous.
Yep, really helps out. It's interesting though when you fly airplanes, especially like a variable pitch. You know, with the variable pitch and it's really cold outside. Not even altitude per se, but you have to really be careful that you don't overspeed the prop.
Yep. Paul. He'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
Coming closer and closer.
I wonder how much a type rating, if you had to pay out of pocket for a type rating in the 7.3, it would cost. Whew.
Pretty penny. I was actually reading something here local in South Africa the other day. They were talking the costs, but I'm not even going to venture to try and remember, you know, mention figures. But it's in our money, it's $1 million or 2. It's not cheap, not for us. That's why the guys here locally, they do their frozen ATPL on the 737. Then basically, so that's all simulator time. So they do the whole rating on the simulator. They call it the frozen ATPL. And,
Yep. Yeah, we can't do that anymore.
Really?
That went out the window for the U.S. market once the Colgan Air incident back in 2015. Now it's okay. We'll go get either 15, 1250 or 1,000 hours based on your degree. You know, it's freaking stupid.
Okay.
You know, it used to be we could graduate at a 141 school here and 250 hours be picked up at an airline and begin our type ratings in the respective aircraft for the airline that you're working for, right? Boeing, Airbus, Embraer, whoever, Bombardier. And now it's, you pretty much hit 250 hours, you get your commercial pilot certificate, and you're like, well, that was cool. Now what? You know? Now you're stuck buzzing around in a 150 to 172 trying to build flight hours because I guess it makes you a better pilot. I mean, it makes no sense.
Yeah, gamer, the problem is we have to multiply that by 20. So whatever the euro or dollar or pound values, we have to multiply on average about 20 times to get the rand value. It's crazy expensive here. Hey, Uncle John. Short.
Yeah, I just googled it and I see that Air Baltic Training offers a Boeing 737 type rating training from, say, 16,000 euros.
That's actually extremely cheap compared to what I thought it would be. That's
Yeah.
actually very affordable.
Yeah, in the past I heard figures of about 30,000 euros for a type rating, so I'm quite surprised that it is this cheap.
Well, Gamer says from, I think, Mentor Pilot, he says they 20 to 30k in euros.
Yeah, that's what I heard, because there once was this documentary or something about Ryanair. It is like 5 or 10 years ago, something like that. And it was like those guys had to pay it themselves back then, because they were like, they were hired by Ryanair to fly, and they talked about like 30,000 for a type rating.
Wow.
That's crazy that they did that to him.
So, Uncle
Yeah, a
John.
lot has changed.
Sorry, Stuart.
Yeah.
So, you're okay now?
Yeah, I've just woke up again then.
Okay.
Just keep dropping off.
Okay. It's all the
He fell
excitement.
asleep in the back of the airplane on the last row.
I mean, in all honesty and fairness, you do fly 3, 4, 5 flights a day sometime, you know, you work hard, so you got to rest.
Yeah. Yeah. For me, the longest flight I did in actual was, 7 hours 42 minutes and a 152 with a 30-minute stopover. So that was a long day for me on the West Coast.
Yeah.
No issues on my test flight, Nico.
No issues?
No.
Good. You know, this is a new version that I'm flying, eh? You didn't get this one yet.
Let me look. When did you bring this out?
6:34 your time.
Okay.
But he said he's watching, Uncle John. Zibo is watching with us, obviously in the background. But he said if this flight goes well, he'll release 3.5 as a public version.
Oh, okay.
So
If you can hear me.
Yeah.
I'll see you.
Yeah, don't bother with updating now. It's too late now. Because, I mean, this thing looks solid for me. Unless Zibo disagrees or saw something, you know. This thing looks really nice.
Okay.
I haven't seen anything, so looks pretty good.
Oh, he's brought 2 out this evening.
Yeah.
Bless him. Bless him.
Alex, remember to get to the point where you can qualify to actually start your type rating. It's going to cost you a couple of €1,000 anyway on fuel and aircraft rental and all kinds of things. So don't just stare blindly at 20 to 30k. There's probably a good couple of $1,000 that's been dropped already just to get to that point where you can do it, eh? Just FYI. Anyway, George, I prefer X-Enviro. Okay, it's an all-round thing and it includes its own nice textures and everything. The problem with X-Enviro is they don't support betas, and for that reason I am forced to use Active Sky when I use X-Plane betas. Okay, which is not bad because I own both now, you know, I can go either way. But that is the drawback with X-Enviro. It makes the sim look prettier. It's really nice, but it's also having, you know, let me put it this way, it's in a development phase where it's trying to bring all the X-Plane 11 features it had into X-Plane 12, and then afterwards they'll start adding extra things and so on, you know. So work in progress.
What is that magenta line on the speed tape, by the way, Nico? Is that you?
It's the VNAV speed band. It's something that Southwest Airlines actually use, and one of their guys asked for it. And when I saw it, I just thought to myself, oh, I like it, I'm keeping it. So it's in the EFB, you switch it on and off. It's an option in the EFB. VNAV speed band. I think it looks nice, you know, it's just me.
It looked new, that's why I asked.
Yeah. No, it's a real thing. They've got a couple of interesting things, I must be honest. It's quite a few things they do differently in their Boeings than other guys do. Which is also why when you compare the Zibo and the Zibo and the PMDG, you must always remember the PMDG is going to be kind of biased towards the American guys, whereas the Zibo is more biased towards the European guys. And because a lot of people don't understand those subtle differences, that's why you get the guys say, oh, the Zibo does it wrong or the PMDG does it wrong, and then they clash with each other. But it's not a question of right and wrong, it's just it's made for two different markets, and the North American version of the Boeing is slightly different than the European one. It's just a fact, you know.
Yep, software's different. Yeah, for sure.
Right, we've got our diamonds, so let's use Ian. Let's get down there.
And your right engine failed.
No. I will kidding myself.
Single engine approach for your multi-engine rating. Let's do it.
There we go.
We have to remove your VFR only in your multi.
I just lost my screen. You're joking. I literally just lost my screen.
Radio altimeter.
No. Oh, there it's back. Yeah, it came up with a DVI error or something, and it just
input signal. Check your connectors. Just make sure they're not wiggling out.
It could be that the cat walked past there and just touched it. Yeah, I was panicking. I'm sorry. not reading the approach chart. Let's see. Looks like we've got a bit of an offset here. Don't see any mention of it, but it could be just a scenery thing. But look, it's right skew there.
Feet stabilized with SuperChat altitude set.
Approaching decision height.
Look at that crab angle. Went pretty nice.
MMOX.
Approaching 1-6.
Alexander. Thank you, Zibo. I'm so glad you're watching again with us. Amazing to have you here again.
300.
Oh, look at that. That's so pretty.
200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Oh, that was softer than that.
Nice.
Nice landing.
Thank you.
80 knots.
Now I can relax. That was a good one, Zibo. If you agree, I don't see a problem with this version. I think you can release it. If you agree, sir.
Yep, good landing. Just
Wait, am I still in reverse? I thought I disconnected that. Just all of a sudden heard the rumble. Oh, made a mistake, sorry. Anyway, welcome to this lovely airport. This was an excellent flight. Lovely approach.
I quite like it. It's quite nice, really.
Yeah.
On runway 34.
See, and now that I calibrated my controls before, we don't have the stuck ailerons again. Marvelous. Well, thank you everybody for watching and joining me. It was nice to have you guys here.
Wish I could say the same. No, I'm just kidding. No, it was awesome. Good landing.
Yeah, really nice stream, Nico.
Cool. Thanks, gamer. Alex? And brake set. Let's do the rest of the formalities. No, of course not. No, you're right, Alex. And there you have it. I feel accomplished. Let's see what Zibo says. He's probably releasing it as we speak. He's typing. Thank you so much, Zibo. Thank you. Okay, he says he's going to compile and release it publicly. And Zibo, you know you can always ask me. I love doing it for you. Thank you for letting me test this with you. So, guys, enjoy. In a few minutes, you'll have your version, and then I'll release it from my side as well. We need as is, and you guys can go fly it as well. So, thank you very much. Have a good rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thank you, Zibo.
Yep.